Hey, welcome back to another episode of Split Screen Gamers, where a couple nerds talk about video games. Today, Chandler, Chris, and I got a lot of things on the smorgasbord of topics. Look, we had a crazy summer, but things have slowed down, but not too much. First of all, Death Stranding 2 just released, and Chandler has a hot take. Is it hot? Is it not? Who knows? We're going to get right into that. We also got our hands on a Switch 2. When we say we say Chandler, because Chandler is the real nerd of us three. And PlayStation just released something crazy. Apparently, they just want to piss off gamers. All that being said, welcome to another episode. Put your headphones on, get your tea ready, and let's get active.
Your weekly power-up of video game news, updates, and industry buzz. From blockbuster releases and indie gems to hardware drops, studio shakeups, and everything in between, we break it all down. This is Split Screen Gamers.
What's up, boys?
What up, what up? How are you guys?
Doing good, man. How about you?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Just been busy, man. Just been busy
your
this month.
Your hand cramp up yet?
My hand, dude. Yeah. not since heavy rain, you know. Not since heavy rain. So.
Huh? What?
I
was talking about the Switch too.
I did it. Well, that too, but
what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Oh, dude. Oh my god. Dude, remember Heavy Rain by
yes.
that one studio? With the
origami thing.
Yeah, the origami thing.
Just making sure we're still talking about video games.
I thought.
Oh, we are, bro. We are.
Yeah, I don't know what he was talking about. Heavy Rain.
Nah. Yeah, Heavy Rain, bro. Heavy Rain. That video game, bro. It's like the quick time events, and like you have to like constantly hit like X or Y or triangle.
Like a
my hand. Yeah,
dude, Heavy Rain is like one of the best storylines of all times, with one of the stupidest control systems I've ever seen.
Yes.
Like, it is so annoying how they did it. I have no idea why they did it that way, but the story is incredible. It's one of like the best games of all time for sure.
My hard to
but
admit,
the controller system is crazy.
My hard to admit thing about video games is that I haven't played Heavy Rain. I just know that it's a classic. That's one of those things. It's like me not seeing Lord of the Rings. It's like I haven't played it yet.
What? You haven't seen Lord of the Rings?
I have not seen Lord of the Rings. And every time I say that to someone,
what?
they put,
Are you serious?
I have it. They
no way.
me every time.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous.
That's it. Podcast over.
Podcast over. We're going to watch it. All right. This episode, we're going to react to all three. Is it episode? No. See, that's how bad I almost called it episodes.
Oh, my God, dude.
David.
All right, switching gears. This episode's about watching Lord of the Rings now. Let's start
literally
streaming.
the extended cut.
We're going to have a 9-hour episode.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, 10 hours if we do extended editions.
That's insane,
Yeah,
David.
I need to watch it, man. But look, this isn't a cinema podcast, so we'll talk about that on a different one. Maybe we'll start one of those later. But look, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. And Chandler, you're kind of leading us on this, man. You're out of all three of us, you're the one. You got your toes on the ground. You're picking up the consoles. You're picking up the games. Let's start with Death Stranding 2, bro. You've been playing it. You put some hours in. Tell us about it.
Dude, first off, I got it 2 days ago because if you pre-order this game, you get like an early 2-day like early access release, which is more commonplace now than it was, back in the day and whatnot, whenever you pre-order a digital game. But dude, I have not been messing around with this game. I have been going full throttle, been doing the storyline and everything, and I have pretty much put in like 21-ish hours into the game, and I'm already at like 61%, which I've calculated that for every 10 hours I complete like an extra like 30% of the main story game. I pretty much evaluated that now, since I've been like keeping track of like my play time and like the percentage that PlayStation now gives you whenever you're like completing the story and whatnot. So it's been fun and it's easy. It's actually better, and it's a tremendous improvement from the first game in terms of like just gameplay like quality and like just the funness of being like essentially a blue collar worker in this ethereal cosmic like post-apocalyptic world where there's this thing called the Death Stranding, and it's pretty much like a doomsday event essentially. It's
Let me
pretty
ask
much
you this.
humanity.
The biggest complaint with Death Stranding across the board was people called it a walking simulator in the first one. I played it, and I remember being mesmerized by in the first like hour, being mesmerized by the music, the cinematics, but the cutscenes were very long. And then when you weren't in the cutscenes, you were walking and trying to avoid these, this rain and etc. And I stopped playing after a while because I was like, I don't have the time to play a walking simulator. And even though I understand the greatness of Hideo Kojima and his games, it wasn't my cup of tea. And so I'm curious, You're saying they improved. What are the juxtaposition between? What are the couple pieces of juxtaposition between the first Death Stranding and Death Stranding 2 that you're like? Because you're not the only one who said this. I looked at a couple of reviews and they're saying it's way better. So I'm curious about what your thoughts are on, like what exactly makes it better. You know.
I think the biggest thing, and glad that you brought up the common thing about Death Stranding is that it is a walking simulator, which I have this big philosophical argument that most video games are walking simulators in the end of the day, but it just depends on
honestly, that's a good much. That's a very good point.
Yeah, I mean, literally, most games are walking simulators,
except for
Mario,
except for Forza.
Yeah, Forza or Mario Kart or like
just driving simulators.
Star Fox. Yeah. But about 85% are walking simulators. But yeah, I mean, it's great that you brought that up because that was a big complaint from the first game, is that it took you forever to get from one point to the next, and you're trying to complete this mission, and it's either a submission or like it's like a standard mission where you find like lost cargo and you're trying to bring it back and whatnot, or it's the main one and you would like traverse this like huge landscape, this huge map. And let me just say, there were vehicles in the first game, but after a while you're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna walk everywhere, because the terrain was so difficult and so frustrating that it's better just to walk it and like pretty much complete it that way than it is to like try to get a vehicle up this like steep hill mountain range where there's like so many boulders and rocks and it gets stuck and you're constantly trying to like maneuver out of it and whatnot. It was really annoying. But other than that, the story from the first game was terrific, and that's why a lot of people wanted to beat the game, because they knew they were going to get a quality story with amazing characters from the legend himself, Hideo Kojima. That's the point of playing Death Stranding, honestly. But in this game, in the sequel, in On the Beach, Death Stranding 2, it has tremendously improved the quality of life of like just playing through this game, through this franchise now. Because not only is the map smaller, because it takes place in Australia and then for a brief time in Mexico, which I won't get into the story or anything about that, but it's much smaller. The terrain is more diverse. You have sand dunes, you have a jungle, you have like an arid terrain, you have rivers, like a river like section of the map where it's just a bunch of rivers, and then you have like this gigantic like snowy mountaintop. So it's more diverse. Whereas the first game, it felt like I was in like North America, which is America, but it felt more like Iceland to me. Because
I picked up on that too. Yeah, it looked like Iceland.
Yeah, like 100%. It felt more like Iceland than, America. And it just kind of blew in a way. It kind of blows because, being American, you expect like, forests and like other like,
Yosemite National Park, Arizona. Yeah.
Like stuff like that. But we never got that. We just got America reimagined as Iceland. Essentially. That's essentially what the first game looked like, But in this game, we're in Australia. And we're just
Wait, is Hideo Kojima racist?
No. He loves America.
It just hit me, bro. He hates America, bro.
Nah, dude. Some of his favorite filmmakers are from North America.
I know. I see his post all the time. He's always posting his favorite films from America. I'm like, that's super dope.
And speaking of like filmmakers, in the first game they got Del Toro and that one guy from who did Drive and what was
Nicholas Push.
Yes, he's in the game, and he's also in this game too. They're both in this sequel. Hideo Kojima has pretty much gotten one of the all-time GOATs to make an appearance in this game as a character.
That's crazy,
and that's
bro.
Mr. George Miller. He got George Miller, bro, which is insane to me because I'm like, I did not expect him to ever be interested in being in a video game ever, like, period. But he's in it. And his character's great because he's the captain of the ship. So awesome. It's so
but
cool, man.
I almost kind of like want to go back and play Death Stranding 1 because of the story, but it's like you said, it's so long. You told me that it was like 60 hours. Is this one shorter?
So I haven't, like I said, I haven't been in yet. I'm only like 21 hours into the game, but I checked my old save file from the first game so I could like compare and contrast like how long it actually took me to beat the first game.
Yeah.
And granted, I did like a lot of the subquests. And a bunch of like minuscule activities here and there, and also too with the game being so big and so hellish of a terrain trying to like navigate through, it took me way longer to beat, in the first game, but it took me about 41 hours to beat. So, which,
Got you.
if my calculations are correct, and for every 10 hours is another 30% done within the game, I should be done with this game between like 30 to 35 hours, if most. So it is like shorter, like for me. But I mean, there's people that beat the first game in like under like 20 hours, which is insane to me, which is crazy. I don't even know how you would ever manage to do that, but I digress,
So look, gameplay aside, you're enjoying the gameplay. Story aside,
yes.
it's Hideo Kojima. It's going to be good.
Yes.
What about I kind of want to tell the audience something funny that happened in our group chat. And so, Norman Reedus is the main character, right? You guys know that. And so I'm a big fan of The Walking Dead. And if you don't know, Norman Reedus also plays Daryl on The Walking Dead, who's also in the Death Stranding series. And when I first found out about, now you might not know this, I'm going to throw it back for some listeners who might not be as old as us. Back when PT came out, it was like a demo that Hideo Kojima put out on the PlayStation 4, I think. And It was a demo he put out. It was an incredibly well-made horror game. And if you were able to complete it, you got a sneak peek into the next Silent Hill. Is that what it was? Yes, It was Norman Reedus walking down the streets headed to Silent Hill, and I remember being like, at that time, we were at the height of The Walking Dead, and we were, and this game it was a cultural phenomenon. Everyone was playing it, and so I saw that and I was like, I got to get this game. And then all this stuff happened at Konami, etc. He started at Kojima Studios, and now he switched over the Norman Reedus over to Death Stranding, right? And so for me, it was super exciting. Anyways, all that to say, I'm a big fan of The Walking Dead, and so I associate Norman Reedus first and foremost with The Walking Dead because that's where he got his fame, and that's what I loved to watch. And so Chandler sent a photo in the group message the other day of Norman Reedus, and he said, yo, these graphics are insane on Death Stranding 2, and I sent a laughing emoji because I was like, bro, this man literally just sent me a screenshot from The Walking Dead, and he was like, what are you laughing at? And I was like, dude, that's The Walking Dead. He's like, no, it's not. That's the game. And I was like, wait, what? That's what the game looks like? So the graphics are that freaking good, bro?
Yes.
I literally, at a glance, I was like, yo, that's just Norman Reedus, like in The Walking Dead as an actual person being shot on a digital camera. Like, that's what I thought.
Yeah, and like, at first glance, like, I looked at it and I was like, wait a minute. That's not a photo. That's in the game, and I can confirm that because there is like a cutscene where that same like frame that I shared in the group like is seen. So it is from the game. And dude, let me tell you about the graphics about this game. So I kind of wanted to like post this in our group chat that I think the Daisima engine, which that's the engine that Hideo Kojima's studio, Kojima Productions, has been using to make both Death Stranding 1 and 2, and Guerrilla has been using it for making like the Horizon Zero Dawn games. And it's owned by Sony. Yes, it's an insane engine. And right now, if I'm like wanting to like load up a save file, I'm like already in the game. Like, it's that fast too. It's crazy.
Is that a consequence of the engine? Or is that a SSD thing?
I think it's a little bit of both because it's like a connectivity thing too.
Optimizing the I know what you mean. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So it's like one of those things which programmers don't get enough credit for that, I feel like. But that's just how I feel, man. But like literally, I was wanting to post this in our group chat. Is like I feel like the Daisima engine, and this is a hot take, but I think it might be better than Unreal Engine 5 in some aspects. Just the quality and like the smoothness and the performance that you can get out of this engine. Yes, it's crazy, dude.
You can feel it. You're saying?
Wait, say it again. I'm sorry,
you feel it when you're playing the game.
Yes. It is just insane, bro. How how crazy well, like, performance-wise this game runs, because you never feel like anything below 60 FPS. It is constantly 60 and above, high fidelity graphics, everything, super detailed textures. I'm just like, how did they do this?
You know what's funny about that is I am a big fan of the Horizon series, Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West. I loved both of those games. They're like up there for me. And I've always noticed, and I didn't know that that was developed in a different engine. I didn't actually pay any attention to what engine it was played in. But now that you're mentioning, I have noticed specifically though that I've enjoyed the type of feeling it gives me, the traversal and all that. So the fact that you're naming that alongside the Dicema engine as well as Death Stranding shows that there is something different. It's very rare that I play a game and like the controls feel good. That's one of those games though where I do feel that way. And so that's crazy. I wonder why more people aren't adopting the Dicema. Like, I know this is a whole different topic, but yeah.
I can explain that. It's owned by Sony.
Is it owned by Sony?
Yes, it's owned by Sony. So if you're not like
that's crazy. I did not know that. That's crazy.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, I looked that up because
does the people who make God of War play it use it?
I don't know. I have no Santa Monica Studios.
Good. God of War feels like is very fun to play. I don't know what it is about all the controls in God of War, dude. It's so satisfying to throw the Mjolnir. It's so satisfying to throw the spear. Like Bryce, my roommate's in here right now. My best friend, he can contest to this because he played that game religiously. Like, he literally worshipped it. Like, I remember I came into the room one night and he was on his knees and he was like, God of War, like that's my God. And I know he'll stand on business for that too. It's so funny because he can't defend himself unless he chooses to interrupt our podcast.
I kind of want Bryce to comment on that for a quick second. I kind of want him to confirm that.
They said you need to leave a comment, bro. Come here, Bryce.
I'm curious.
Is this true? Is God of War fun? Here's the camera right here. Lean in, yeah. Right here.
What's up, Bryce?
What up, dude? Hey, bro.
It completely changed my belief system and what a video game could be. And now I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I bought a PS5 for God of War, but in the end, it became my God. And I'm at war with myself.
That's blasphemy, bro.
That's crazy. Oh my God.
I never understand how people thought Halo was a good game.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, dude. That's fucking crazy.
You heard it first here. You heard it first here. Like, Halo is literally Halo is Pong compared to God of War.
It's fucking Pong. That's awesome.
Anyways,
awesome.
hey, listen, hey, while we're here, they said thank you, bro. Appreciate your feedback. He said it was super honest, true. He's like, you can't sway his beliefs. Let's see. God of War Ragnarok specifically, because that game was awesome. Did you guys play that?
I did not. I did not.
What?
I haven't played.
Chandler,
I haven't played the.
Chandler, I will literally kiss you on your lips, bro, if you don't play the game. Oh, you might want that.
Yeah, I second that.
No.
No. I will literally, bro. If you haven't played any God of War, or you just haven't played Ragnarok.
I played the OG God of War games. Like, I played the OG
but you never
God
played
of War
the new.
games.
You never played the new ones?
No, I have not yet. And I know I should. But David, to go back, you should have watched Lord of the Rings. I want to bring that shit up a million times.
Here's the thing. No, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, Lord of the Rings. Okay, here's the thing. We're matched now, right? I have three Lord of the Rings movies that need to be viewed by me, right? You have three games I want you to play. You have both God of Wars, and then you have The Witcher 3, which, you being the biggest gamer in the world and not playing The Witcher 3, which is arguably one of the most impactful games of our generation because it changed the way we look at RPGs. For you to play Breath of the Wild and not play The Witcher 3 is you not understanding how Breath of the Wild got its legs. And I'll stand on that. So you need to play it. You need to play it.
Right.
And if you play those three games, which I will say it's unfair that I'm giving you like a 200-hour plus commitment. I have a 9-hour commitment.
I was gonna say, bro, David, what if I got kids? What if I gotta raise kids? I don't have kids, by the way. But what if I gotta raise kids? You never know.
Look, if you play those games, I will literally. If you play those games, I will raise your kids, Chandler.
Oh,
I'll raise your kids. There you go. They'll get the N-word pass. They'll get it. I promise you. I know that's all you wanted. That's all you wanted this whole time. You started this whole podcast just to get to that point.
That's true. He said that.
That's so dumb.
Master plan. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's insane, bro. That's insane. That is insane. That's a triple entendre.
Crazy. That is.
Anyways, completely off topic. Yes, Death Stranding 2, Dyson Engine. God of War, does it use? Okay, let's see.
Switch.
It uses Unreal Engine 5, actually. Unreal Engine 5. Honestly, Unreal Engine 5 is a great engine, though. But that would have been crazy if they were using it.
Yep.
Anyway, sorry. So the graphical fidelity is insane. And what else, bro? What else you got to say? I keep cutting you off with dumb tangents.
No, it's funny.
Would you say there are any like disadvantages that you've seen playing it?
Not so far, and that's the thing. I would have expected like something to just irk my like skin, just irk my bones a little bit, but it has not. It like there's almost, and I don't want to say this right now because I could be completely wrong in the next 10 hours or so when I do complete this game, but I want to say for right now, it might be his best game since Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. It might be his. It is like top 5. It's up there. It might be number 2 on my list.
Number
of
2.
Like Hideo Kojima.
So Snake Eater being number 1.
Yes, Snake Eater is a masterpiece. Nothing will ever beat that. Like hands down, that is when Hideo Kojima was at his peak with like in terms of just like game design, story, characters, world building, and just everything else about a Hideo Kojima game that you like, what people love about him and whatnot. So like honestly, it's like number 2 right now. It might sink to number 3. But it's definitely not going to be number 1. I'm sorry. Nothing will ever be Snake Eater unless Hideo Kojima with these new 2 IPs that he's developing with like Jordan Peele and like his other IP that is like making, which is another like kind of spy-ish like espionage kind of Metal Gear game. Snake Eater's number 1 forever, essentially.
Well, look, we're gonna have to get a exclusive Chandler Gibson review of Death Stranding once you complete the game. Here, and look, that might be futile because you just said you put it as your number 2, so it's probably going to be out of 10 to 10, but we're going to need an honest, categorical breakdown of the game with an honest review, and we're going to have to get that soon. So let me know when you finish it, and we'll start the podcast instantly, bro. We'll get it going. But we got a lot to talk about.
It might be this week, bro.
You let us know, because, I mean, look, maybe it's an episode you just do yourself, bro. I don't care. We'll make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
All right, so Switch 2, bro. You've picked one up. I have actually. I took a Gondor. A Gondor. I'm thinking about Lord of the Rings. Almost said Gandalf. See, now I'm messing that up. Gandalf.
Gandalf.
Anyways, I took a gander and I stepped into the I was at Walmart or Target the other day, one of the two, and I stepped into the gaming section, and I was kind of like, let me just kind of see if they have any Switch 2s. Maybe I'll make a silly decision and get one. Probably not. But I stepped in over there, completely sold out. It's just a bunch of Switch 1s, OLED. So. Yeah. Probably not anytime soon on that, but you got your hands on one. Mm-hmm. I don't even know where to start the conversation. Dude, what do you think?
Dude, this is another improvement. This is another improvement product that I definitely want to talk about. So
I bet Chandler sleeps with that box.
What's up?
I bet you sleep with that Switch, don't you?
Oh yeah, like that one dude. That picture that I sent you guys. Remember that picture of that one dude that said, "Just got my Switch," and he was like shirtless and shit. And he was like,
Chandler, like, please recreate that photo. I want to see a photo of you in your bed with that box on the other side, on the other pillow, just looking at it.
Dude,
if you want to see Chandler recreate that photo, comment below.
Honestly, that's super good. If we get, let's see, let's throw out a number. If we get 1 comment, you have to recreate it.
One comment, yeah.
Just one comment.
Can it be either of us?
Yeah, right. It can be anybody. No, but if we get 10 comments and we get 20 likes, you have to recreate that photo, and then I get to use it in AI in any way I want.
Oh my god, dude! What if you ask AI to like pretty much like create like I don't know, like a partner with the Switch 2, and it has the fucking logo for the face and whatnot. David,
bro, that sounds like a fun project. Like you're saying, like it was like a humanoid Switch with like an eyeball analog sticks or something. That sounds freaky. Anyways, what are we talking about, bro? This
Bro,
podcast
we're talking about Switch 2.
Anyways, yeah. Keep going, Chandler. Keep going.
Dude, I just want to say, let me. So you've been having like a hard time finding like a Switch 2. Let me tell you the story about like me trying to find a Switch 2, bro. I know we talked about this earlier and whatnot, but I just want to, for our viewers out there, I want to let them know how like I came about this Switch 2. So I have a best friend like you guys out there that picked up his Switch 2 from a GameStop that literally when he went to it, he did not expect there to be any more copies at like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, where everybody's off and everybody's like going to like this big mall area, Hamilton Place Mall, and
now
basically,
we know where you live.
yeah. And basically, like, you know, he drove over there, you know, just, you know, asking about Switch 2. And he called, like, a day early just to see they're getting units. And the guy there was saying, yeah, we're getting, like, you know, a few units here and there, like, on Thursday or Friday. So he drives on Thursday, not expecting, you know, being able to get the Switch by, like, 6 p.m. He goes to the store and he asks, is like, hey, do you guys have Switch 2? He's like, yeah, we do. He was like, what? And so it's kind of like whether or not should I buy it, should I not? He's getting married this year, so he's saving up a lot of money.
Oh.
So it's one of those things, bro. So it's like, should I get it? Should I not? So he pretty much nabbed him one, and he texted me, and I was just like hanging out in my room, not doing much, and I see his text, and I was like, oh shit. He got a Switch. Yeah. So I literally drove over there. It takes about 20-ish minutes to get to like that big old mall area. And
Chandler made it in 10.
Yep.
What'd you say?
Yep.
Chandler made it in 10.
Dude, I was speeding. I was like, all right, everybody get the fuck out of the way. But like literally.
But you skipped my favorite part unless I missed it. But you were eating pizza, right?
Oh, this was a different day. This is a long
this
story.
Happened multiple times.
This was a different story. So this connects. This happened in the same week. So this
I love how there's a 1 week in Chandler's life where he would drop absolutely anything to just run to the store and get a Switch 2. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
To me. Maybe the conversation we had about kids earlier is just not for you, bro. Maybe that's.
Oh my god.
No, I get it.
God,
go ahead.
dude.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh my god. No, it's fine, dude. That's funny.
My kid needs morphine. It's like, oh my god.
Chandler's at his son's birthday, but he's like, Switch 3 came out. Move!
I'm getting it for the family. You don't understand.
I don't know his candles. That's hilarious.
Yeah, literally. But sorry guys. So I drive to like the GameStop in the mall, and the dude was there, like the same dude that, you know, gave Morgan his Switch, and I was like, hey, do you guys have any Switch 2s? He's like, man, we just sold out 15 minutes ago. And I was like, shit. But I wasn't like super bummed or anything like that. I was like, damn. And the dude told me it was this couple that drove 2 hours to get this Switch unit.
That's
Dude,
worse.
That's fucking insane.
That's
yes.
Shit.
2 hours to get this unit, and I just said, good for them. They deserve it. If they're gonna put, like,
yeah, I'm glad
literally,
they got one.
Yeah.
And I was just
Would
like,
have committed like mass murder if they.
It was like, dude, the hotel.
Yeah,
I would have been
Switch 2 headline. Like, the couple couldn't get Switch 2, commits genocide. It's like,
literally,
yeah.
bro, literally. People are crazy like that, though. Like, seriously, they are like, like, I wouldn't say crazy in the highest regard of crazy, but like they're very committed. They're very determined and committed to like get what they want. And I do, you know, people are like that. So
are you guys
do?
You guys familiar with what switches are? Like, are you guys familiar with like hood culture at all? Like a switch?
No.
It's like when someone like in Memphis, Tennessee, they're like known for their switches, like one of the most evil places in the world. Or like it's like gang culture is crazy, but apparently it's like when you create an automatic pistol. It's a switch. It's like it's a modded pistol, and yeah, they call it a switch, right? And I was just gonna make a joke, but I just realized you guys probably not privy to hood culture. I'm not from the hood. I just know about it because I know people from the hood. But it's like, and I listen to rap music. But it's like, bro, I bet in Memphis right now, it's like, yo, you got that new switch on you? People are like, like, yeah, switch is like, switch is illegal because it's actually very dangerous. What do you say?
Chandler's gonna go to Memphis looking for his Switch. But they thought he meant the other kind of switch.
The other kind of switch.
They spray the air him out. Get off my block.
I just wanted a Switch too.
That's it. That's all I wanted.
I love how Chris thinks you sound like what's his name from freaking the Muppets.
Oh my God.
That's what he just imitated, dude.
Dude, I've been called that. I've been called Muppet before.
Are you serious?
In my life, bro? Yes, dead ass.
I don't like
all
that.
of
That sounds like bullying.
I'm sorry, Chandler.
Yeah.
No, it's funny. It's funny, dude. It's funny. Nah. I've been called the Cookie Monster a bunch, and I'm wearing blue today, so
that's rude.
Yeah, I know. I like cookies.
David, we do like doing on.
He said I do. He said they call me the Cookie Monster. And he goes, I'm not gonna lie, I do like cookies.
Oh my God, my face is turning red.
Oh my gosh, bro, this is so funny.
Well, we do like doing on Helldivers. Like one of the main things we always try to do is to say something really crude or bad to make Chandler go, "Oh my God, you guys!"
Yeah. Literally, they say some of the. Oh my God, dude!
I can only imagine.
Oh my God!
I could only imagine the type of things Chris is saying, bro. That man be saying crazy stuff.
I would get blackmailed for sure.
Oh my God!
Oh, bro, I gotta hop on Helldivers so I can have some leverage.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to deviate from you.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
Sorry.
Every single time, like I bring back the box, I'm like, oh, it's not story time's not over yet or anything like that.
Oh yeah, let's keep going. I want to hear the end of this story.
Okay, so I didn't get a Switch. I hung out with Morgan that day. Didn't plan on to, but we hung out, talked about his Switch and whatnot. And a few days later, like about 2 days later, I get another text from Morgan. And he has a buddy that bought 3 Switches from 3 different stores opening day. One from GameStop, one for Target, one for Walmart. And he sold 2 of them. And he kept one for himself. Yeah, for profit and whatnot. He didn't like, I don't think he upcharged. I don't think he like added more dollars to like the resale, but I don't think he did. I think
why would he do that?
Was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't ask questions sometimes. I just hear stories and I'm like, oh, it happened that way. Cool. But anyways, Morgan texted me and his buddy sent him a picture of about 30-ish Switches in this like, you know, box in this like locked like window like box thing underneath like the Switch like 2 logo and whatnot. And there was like a bunch of units and I was like, where was this at? And he said Hickson, like Target's Hickson. And I was like, oh shit. And the funny thing is, bro, I picked up pizza at Pizza Hut and I got the text when I was driving past the Target. And that was about like 15 minutes ago before I looked at my phone. And I was like, I got, you know, a plate filled with pizza and Pepsi. And I was eating it, and I was like, "Oh shit! I missed some text messages from like all my friends." And I see Morgan's, and I'm like, "Oh my God! There's Switch units over at the Target.
The one you passed on the way home.
Yes,
from looking at a Switch unit or looking for Switch units at one place other than that store.
Yes,
that's crazy.
Yes, crazy. So I was like, okay. I'm putting this pizza back in the fridge, and I'm driving all the way. And it doesn't take long. It takes like 5 minutes to get to the Target and whatnot. So it wasn't like too bad of a drive. But I get there, and there was nobody there. There was 0 people there. And I just like look for the closest like store clerk, and I was like, "Hey man, can I get a Switch too?" He's like, "Yeah, sure thing." And he asked, "Do you want the bundle or do you want to buy yourself?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm getting that bundle because that game is $80."
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, you know, so I got that. And then I pretty much paid for it. And funny story, my bank actually called me whenever I make the transaction. Oh, right. Yeah, and I was like, "Hey, we suspected fraudulent activities. Can you confirm that this wasn't fraud?" I was like, "Yeah, I bought a Switch too."
I love how they were like, "Yo, Pizza Hut, Pepsi, Shell gas station, Switch 2. They're like, this is a crazy combination of purchases within like
This
a
man's
30
out
minutes.
of control.
literally, it's like this is a lot of money in the span of like a few in the span of an hour. It's like, yeah, it's not fraud though.
Yeah,
It's me.
Yeah.
It's me.
Turns out we need to get those bank statements. Turned out his banker is like, yo, are you sure you want to make that purchase? Is that good for your mental health? We're like,
yeah.
yo, what? No, that's super
Well,
dope, bro.
Dude,
look,
100%.
The thing is like there probably it's Nashville. There's probably some Switches out here.
Oh,
For
100%,
sure,
bro.
for sure.
You're in a bigger city, bro. You're
For
in a
sure.
bigger
I have to
city
go into
with
search, but I'm sure they have them somewhere.
You know, Staples carries consoles. Staples, they carry.
Are you serious?
Yes,
I did
they
not
carry.
know that.
Yes, they do. They carry Switches, PlayStations, and Xboxes. So they carry all three of them, bro. So
No one
I
ever
always
thinks
check
about
to see-
Staples.
Nobody. Only a few. Only the real ones do. Only the real ones.
We're
bro.
gonna cut this from the episode so that no one can take our secret. Because every time I buy a console that is high in demand, I'm going to Staples now.
Yeah, literally, you pre-order at
100%.
Staples. You're like the one guy in line, the only guy in line from a Staples being open. He's like, what the fuck is this guy doing here at like 10 a.m. or
That's
9
hilarious.
a.m. in the morning? It's like, what is this guy doing here? So
Wait, I can't let this slide though, because you said one thing that I did not know. You got the bundle, so that means you have Mario Kart World. Have you played it yet?
I did. I straight up have been playing Mario Kart with Morgan, actually. He's a big Mario Kart guy. I'm more of a Super Smash guy, but I do love Mario Kart. I've played 64, Double Dash, and Mario Kart 8. He's probably played all of them.
Hey, Double Dash is the greatest.
Double Dash is the OG, or not OG, the MVP of Mario Kart,
Yes.
hands down. But he's a big Mario Kart guy, and when I play this game, bro, and this is like a mini review, so to speak. It is the best Mario Kart game probably since Double Dash, if I had to say. I don't know what Morgan thinks. Of course, he's not on this podcast. I would love to get his opinion about it, but he enjoys it too. And there's this mode called Knockout, which is Nintendo's answer for like games such as Fortnite and Fall Guys, where it's like a battle royale style game where you're like, you're like racing each other across this big old terrain, this big old like
The world.
And
Yeah.
like you have to get to like, these certain like finish lines where there's a number that appears, and the number could be 20, 16, 12, 8, and that's elimination. So if you're not cart number
Oh, it's
7
random.
as you cross, yes, it's.
I love that. I didn't know that.
It's not random. It's set. It's set. So
Oh,
it's like
it's like if you're like it starts at 20 players, then 20th player, 19th player, and so you got to get faster. You have to try to stay in first the whole time, essentially.
yes.
Got
You have
okay.
to stay within like from 20th place and onwards, and then from 16th place and onwards.
Yeah.
And there's been times where I've like screamed at the television. I was like, no,
That sounds
literally
intense.
like intense, dude. It is the funnest game mode that Mario Kart has ever provided in forever, bro.
Now
like
look.
it is probably the best game mode, bro.
Video game donkey. Chris, are you hip?
Dude, I love video game
What?
donkey.
Video game donkey. he's like, huh? Have you heard of him?
I have no, I don't know.
Hey,
what that
check
means.
him out. He's one of the GOAT YouTubers. He's hilarious. I think you would actually be in
Okay.
tears knowing your type of comedy. He's hilarious.
Dude.
He did a. Have you watched
Okay.
the Mario Kart World one yet?
Yes.
He
I
said
have.
specifically in that video, which made me realize that I need to get this game eventually because I love Mario Kart. By the way,
It's fun.
I also think I'm pretty good at it, but also it's not that hard of a game. Two,
No.
the thing is, he said that it's like, I'm blanking. Is it Wario Mountain? He said that Wario Mountain.
Yes.
Wario Mountain is. So I agree with this. Wario Mountain is one of the greatest Mario Kart races of all time. It's so fun. It's
I
so
do too.
action packed. He said that this entire game feels like all courses are like Wario Mountain.
Yeah, no, it very much does. That, I do remember him saying that because I completely agree with him on that. That is probably the greatest course in Mario Kart of all time, and this game feels like that. And thank God, because that's what people want, and Nintendo truly delivers on that. So I'm like, heck yes.
I didn't know we were getting a Mario Kart review today. Thanks, Chandler. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Dude, I mean, the game deserves it. The game deserves a spotlight, honestly, because it's that fun and it's that good. And I still remember people were bitching about it, dude. I still remember people were like saying, it's like, oh, they're charging $80 to $90. And yeah, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money.
It's
and
too
like,
much.
you know,
It's too much.
It's too much. I completely agree on that. And like, people picked up this game, and like the same guys who were bitching about the $80 price tag changed their mind. It's like, this deserves the $80. This deserves the $90 and whatnot. And I agree. It's that good.
Really?
It's that good of a game. Yes, it's very fun. And like the courses, bro, the courses feel grand. The courses feel like they're well defined and they're well structured.
On that note, I will say this, and I don't want to go into this too much because we've definitely, you know, we've talked about this too much. The overpriced thing, like that's a kind of an exhausted conversation. Games are going to raise prices, and it's going to happen, and you're going to buy them. But the thing is, like, I still stand on it, man. Like Mario Kart, look, I have the other Mario Kart. I still have my Switch one, and I have that one, and that came out 2014.
The
2016?
Switch one,
2016,
2017.
2017.
I think. Yeah.
That came out 2017. Mario Kart came out on it. It was a launch title. That game is almost 10 years old, and like, bro, Mario Kart is a board game style game, by the way. Like a lot of people,
Yes.
what I mean is like a lot of people like Mario Kart. What Nintendo, aside from maybe Zelda, a lot of their games are very much like, it's like anybody can come over and anybody can pick it up within a couple minutes. It's not like you know, like playing Call of Duty where like the skill level is just so much different. It's like, no, like it's very well balanced. And so what they do is like, look, if you're gonna play, I'll say it, I'll keep it brief, like I said, because I'm about to rant. But like, if you can pick up Settlers of Catan for $80, you can pick up Mario Kart for $80. It's too much money. It is too much money because it's weird. I'm contradicting myself. It does feel like too much, but at the same time, is it? Because Settlers of Catan isn't too much. Because Settlers of Catan you keep for life, unless you mess up the board. So, anyways, all that to say,
Yeah.
I can justify it. Do I want to pay it? No, but I can justify it with a rational mind. You know what I mean? Anyways,
Yeah.
Chandler, I'm
No,
glad. I
100%.
want to pick it up and play against you, bro. I really do.
Dude.
Yeah. Same.
Which, one more thing. This controller is the best controller.
You got everything?
Yeah, I have one more. Dude, I got everything. I got the controller. I got Mario Kart. I got the Switch 2. I don't have the camera, which that camera's like, I think it's like $100.
The camera, you don't need that freaking camera, dude. That thing is outdated.
What's the camera? What is that?
So Nintendo. So believe it or not, Chris, Nintendo didn't actually have an online chat feature like we do on PlayStation. They didn't have that. So what we would do, and I don't know if you remember this, David, but remember when it was me, you, and Morgan, and we all played Super Smash together, and we all used the Nintendo. Yes, the Nintendo app phone or the Nintendo app on your phone.
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot all about that.
Yes,
we did do that, didn't we?
Yes. I remember that because you know how I remember that? I remember that, one, because we had so much fun like playing against each other, but two, that app sucked ass. It sucked so much ass. And like the biggest thing was if you were like playing in a match with somebody, it would like sign you out of like the chat, and I'm like, why is that a thing? Like I should be in the chat until I'm ready to leave. But Nintendo set it up to where if you were like done with a mission or something, or like you were done like racing each other in Mario Kart, everybody exits the chat and you will all have to like re-enter the chat. It's such a dumb feature. It's like in Helldivers, after we're done with a mission, we all like leave the party automatically because of the system, and we all have to like manually rejoin the party, Chris. That's basically what that app was. It was a really dumb idea. But Nintendo now has essentially been like, we want to add this chat feature, which the chat feature is actually good this time around, because me and Morgan have been playing, and like my Switch is like several feet away from me from my TV, and he can hear me, and I'm not even shouting either. I'm not even shouting towards the Switch when I'm talking to him. I'm talking like normal, dude. I'm talking like normal voice, and we can hear each other pretty great. But a thing that the Nintendo chat feature has also added and you can, and this is optional, this isn't like mandatory, but you can attach your camera to your Switch, and you can like look at each other as you're playing it. So think of it like me, you, and Randy playing Helldivers, but like with a camera attached where we can all look at each other as we're playing. Essentially, that is the
It's
camera
essentially
feature.
Discord. It's a Discord built into Nintendo's OS. That's all it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I see.
Yes. 100%. But the thing about that camera, bro, is that it's like almost $100. I believe it's $100. It might be 80, but it's expensive. And the quality like you get out of that camera is dog shit. It's so bad.
Well, here's the
it's
thing.
so
Here's the
laggy.
thing. They said it at Kind of Funny Games Daily best. That's one of my favorite gaming podcasts. They said
Right.
it best. They said the Switch released obsolete. What they mean by that is that the technology's obsolete. The Switch is
Yeah.
not holding up to any of the ROG Ally systems. I'm not talking about the Xbox one. I'm talking about the original Asus ROG Ally that the Xbox is partnering with. It doesn't hold up at all. It doesn't hold up to any modern day console. The camera's not good. The chat is obsolete. Like we have Discord. Like Discord is way better. PlayStation's internal chat features way better. It's an obsolete console, and Nintendo knows that. Like they're not like they release. I mean, what is it? A 2K? What's the resolution on the screen?
The screen, I think it's about around 2K, but it's like
I think it's 1080, dude.
Yeah, I think it's between 1080 and 2K. I think it's around that. Digital Foundry actually did a review about the screen quality, and the screen quality from the Switch 2 to the Switch 1, the Switch 1 looks better than the Switch 2, which is insane.
It's a
to me.
1080p LCD screen, and it
Yeah.
gets up to 4K 60 FPS when docked. So it's an obsolete piece of technology. But like it's always that sounds weird because it's a new piece of tech. But like
Yeah.
no, it is obsolete. When you put it in the grand scheme of technology that's released, it's like it's 10 years behind. It has 10. It's not even the original doesn't even come out in an OLED. It's
No.
a 1080p LCD screen, and the power capacity, the computing, the graphical power, all that, it's all obsolete. But Switch doesn't need all those things. They know exactly what they're doing. So I'm just saying it's not unlike them to have. I bet even if you looked at the specs of the Pro controller, it's also not compared to the Pro controllers you could get in other manufacturers who make stuff for PlayStation, Xbox, or even Steam. It's like I guarantee you it's not even close. And maybe I'm wrong on that, but actually I could be very wrong on that because I know that people are super competitive on Smash and stuff. But go ahead.
Yes. I wanted to say, now that you mentioned about the Pro controller, this is better than the first Pro controller for the original Switch. This is like leaps and bounds better. It feels nice on your hands. It feels great when you're playing like with it, and like the Joy-Cons, the Joy-Con sticks are like very natural. They feel great when you're moving them around and whatnot, and it's just well built. It's just a better Pro controller, like controller for the Switch 2 that's made by Nintendo. Like this texture, bro, when I'm touching it, I feel like I'm petting a chinchilla right now. I shit you not, bro. It's that soft, bro. It's that soft, dude. Because when I opened up the box and I got it out, I was like, "What am I touching?" Like I thought it was like touching like a Furby or something, bro. It was that soft, bro.
Wouldn't it be awesome if eSwitch came with a Furby, bro? No, because those things are demonically possessed. I don't want that.
Yeah, dude. That is true, bro.
Yo, so I know we chatted about the Switch too. Look, I'm glad you like it, man.
It's good.
I think eventually we're all gonna have one. I don't know if Chris will get one because
Maybe someday.
Yeah, maybe someday. And I got mine used when I bought the Switch one. I bought it off Facebook Marketplace. It wasn't even used. I just bought it. It was new, but I bought it from someone. And
There you go.
So we'll see. But look, we don't have much time left, and I want to touch on two topics. I want to hit one of our other big ones. Then we're gonna do a gaming spotlight about a new DLC that Chris is interested in jumping into. But before we get into that, first of all, man, the headline from Tech Radar that I wanted to chat about today is PlayStation exec says first-party games won't be released on PS Plus on day one. And the quote is, "We've sort of stayed true to our strategy across the board." So let's go down to it specifically. Isn't that
Sort of.
Chris?
Yeah, isn't that ridiculous, dude?
So kind of did.
Yeah, no. What they mean by that? So Xbox has made it very clear that their games are coming out on Game Pass day one. I'm talking any new Xbox games that come out, whether it be, any of their first-party Xbox games that come out that are being made by Xbox Studios, Indiana Jones, all the way to the blind forest. You know what I mean? Like, there doesn't matter the quality of game, AAA, AA, they're going to release it on Xbox Game Pass, which is a monthly subscription of like, I think it's, $10 to $20 a month now, which is crazy affordable for getting first party games exclusively on there. It's crazy. It's not exclusively, I'm using the wrong language, but getting them on there immediately day of release. That's huge. PlayStation's like, no. PlayStation's like, we're going to stick what we say, what they think works across the board, which is that if they come out with a new Last of Us, if they come out with a new God of War, if they come out with a new Horizon Zero Dawn, and the third game of that series, if they come out with any first party PlayStation games, they're not going to come out until 18 months after the release on PlayStation Plus platforms. So what they're saying essentially by that, which they're right, it has worked across the board because that's all they've done, and we're forced to do it. But what they're saying is like, essentially, like, we want you to buy the game for $60 or more now that prices are raising, and we want you to be a subscriber to our PlayStation Plus catalog. Well, we're going to give you a mediocre set of games, or any old games that are within that, or that fall without of the 18 months kind of breathing room that they get for new titles. But, and I'll say this, and I want to hear you guys' thoughts on it, but the thing is, they're saying that and they're sticking to it as if the competitors aren't making moves as a competitive market does. And so if Amazon can get stuff to you in a day, and they have millions of options, and then Walmart has thousands of options, and they can get it to you by you coming to the store. Walmart is like, I'm going to build an online store, we're going to build up delivery service, which is happening. That's what happens in a competitive market, right? PlayStation is like, no, we have the biggest cojones here, and we're going to make you wait 18 months, and you have to buy it. And look, I am the biggest PlayStation fan, and I know we all here are. We all are PlayStation fanboys. But the competitors, a good competitive market is only beneficial to the players, and Xbox is pushing it forward. PlayStation is going to take an L in that regard. I stand on that right now. What do you guys think?
I agree with you, David, and I think what Xbox is doing like right now is viewing like PlayStation and Nintendo's like business tactics and being like that third like option where, oh, you want your games now? We have it on Xbox Game Pass whenever you're like, paying like what, $15 a month for it and whatnot. You want like, every game that you can think of, like a varieties of games. We got that too. But like PlayStation, like, I don't want to say this, like, I don't want to like confirm like my suspicions because I want to see how things turn out in the next, year or so. But it feels like PlayStation to me is becoming more and more like a country club, if that makes sense. Like more of like a country club mentality where only like a few people, well, I say this, everybody can get a PlayStation, but only like a few people will like treat it like as like a higher product, regardless of like their quote unquote like business tactics, whether or not to like release like one of their big AAA titles onto like PlayStation Plus as soon as possible, or wait 18 months or more before you can actually get it. Which I think PlayStation Plus as a service, because I play for the most expensive one, the premium, because I can play all these retro games and whatnot. I think as a service, they really do need to change a lot. They really do need to change a lot. I feel like they need to like implement more free titles every month like they usually do. Whenever like they release like 3 free titles you can like download and play and whatnot. I feel like that should be way more. And then for like their retro stuff, man, I feel like I should be getting like the biggest catalog by now, but there's only like a handful of titles that you can actually play. Granted, we're getting Resident Evil 2 and 3 on the retro like premium edition of like those games and whatnot on PlayStation Plus, but at the same time I was like, man, I was hoping for like the first year of this new branded PlayStation Plus service, I was expecting like 100 plus like retro games, but we haven't even got that. But other than that, going back to like all these like AAA more modern day games, I feel as though like PlayStation's trying to get the profit from it first and then trying to go at it with a streaming service or putting on a streaming service. But that's just me. That's just my own thoughts.
It's like it's interesting. Like I feel like I'd even go as far to be like any game that was PlayStation 1 or even PlayStation 2, or if you even want to go up to PlayStation 3, old games like that, retro games, they should all be free.
Yeah,
Just put them on.
yeah, deadass, and they should all.
Why we gotta pay for Resident Evil 1? Like even if I sound like whiny because I think it was like $5 to get it. I don't know, but like one, not having the accessibility to so many, and then when they do, barely give you some. You know, you're still paying to buy it anyway. Or there's just like games that like have no existence in the store. Like poor Grand Theft Auto 4, that thing's been like
stuck.
RIP for a decade. You know, like
and Metal Gear Solid 4, it's stuck on the PS3, bro. Both of those games are stuck, bro.
So I feel like, you know, it's nice that they're, you know, bringing some things back, but it's also kind of like, it feels kind of like petty a little bit. Like I feel like, you know, we really want these things and we pay this like, you know, subscription to get these, and I don't know, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I understand it's a business and you need to make money, but I feel like they're doing okay.
Yeah, no, they
you
are.
know, like I don't understand why we need to.
Yeah, they are.
I don't understand why we need to pay and why there's so much. Like, yeah, it's nice you're giving us Resident Evil 2 and 3, but it's 2025, man. That came out in like 1998.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was, I don't remember. Like the fact we're like just getting these things, and there's still a lot. Like, man, I really wish I could play this game or this game. Like, you know, I could go buy an old PlayStation from somewhere, from eBay or whatever, you know, if I really want to play these things. But it's like, at the same time, it also kind of sucks that you have to do that. Like, I don't understand the business model of not giving your whole catalog of games and stuff and making you pay for all that too. Like, even if you gave us like some kind of, I don't know, bundle, something you can pay like, pay $5, you get the first 4 Resident Evils or something like that, like the originals.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I might be talking about my ass. I don't know.
No, you're right. You're right.
No,
and
you're right,
reason,
dude.
And the reason you feel that way, by
right.
the way, is that because PlayStation specifically they fell behind in the backwards compatibility. In the backwards compatibility thing, they fell behind always. Xbox has always been backwards compatible for them, and like that's always been a selling point. And PlayStation was like, we're just not going to do that. And then they introduced it in the PlayStation 5, but then they introduced it, right? And now what is it? Oh, it's only up to PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 1. What is it, Chandler?
So it has PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PSP titles.
No, I'm talking about specifically backwards compatible. Like you put a disc in it and it works. Because that's what that backwards compatibility used to be. Can it read ROMs from PS3?
Yes.
PS2, etc. And they could never do that. Well, what they did was like, we made this backwards compatible. Also, though, you could just get the premium platform and just get an access to a lot of those classic catalogs, or to get a lot of those classic games. And they made it a premium. First of all, they made it a premium tier. I feel like it should just be part of it. I feel like there should be 1 or 2 tiers. First of all, like I think there should. What I would like, if they're gonna do this whole 18. This is a whole tangent, but they're gonna do this 18-month thing. There should be a higher tier, $30 a month or something, if people want to pay it, and then you get all their exclusive titles day of release, and then do your other catalog, and that's the other one gets the classics, gets everything else. But there should. Why am I paying more to get the classic catalog when it should, like you said, it should actually just be free? The fact that matter, it's like, dude, PlayStation they're not idiots. You know how easy it is to emulate games now? I can go get an emulator on my Mac right now that can emulate as many PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 games, even PS3 games, triple the specs, triple the resolution, triple the frame rate, because I'm using an M1 Mac or M4 Mac, and it's like, I can do that right now. And they like, for some reason, they're like, oh, we're gonna ponder to the people who don't know about that, and we're gonna make them pay for it. PlayStation, I just got charged, I think, a week ago for PlayStation Plus, and it was the first time in the last 3 years I've had it that I was like, I think I'm gonna cancel it, because I was like, there's no benefits. Like the 3 months they give you those 3 games a month thing. They give
Yeah, that
like,
was the yeah.
that thing is I don't remember the last time I looked on there and go, oh, I'm excited. We got a good game. You know what I'd be excited about? If they were like,
Yeah.
oh, like here's the here's the Indiana Jones game that came out. Like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Let's put that on there. And that's maybe a bad example because it's an Xbox first party game. But like, I'd be even more excited though if it was like we're getting Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West on there. And I could be speaking out on my butt. Maybe they've done that. What I'm trying to get at though is what's a new first party game? Death Stranding 2.
Yep.
Why? Like, there should be no reason. Like, charge me more. Like, I'm already paying $148 a year, so it's like charge me more. Just and like if it's like if it's $20 a month, I think Game Pass is something around there. I think it's $15 a month. Can one of you guys look that up? It's like
Yeah, let me do that, bro.
If it's $15 a month, it's like Death Stranding 2 comes to the PlayStation Plus party. Like, I wouldn't say this 6 or 7 years ago because no one was doing it, but Xbox is doing it, and Xbox is very smart in that because Xbox is looking at the landscape and they're going, people are sick of the tiers in Netflix. People are sick of the things happening in streaming services. They're sick of it happening in, when I say streaming service, I mean music, movies, TV shows. They're sick of it. It's like everyone's paying for cable again. What we're gonna do? Not only are we gonna let the newest things come out on here, right? That you don't have to pay for. Not only that, you're also gonna be able to play on every single thing that we make, and you're gonna be able to play on every single thing that the other people make.
Yeah. By the way,
who's doing that?
I just yeah.
No one.
No one.
Not even Steam is doing that.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean,
dude?
It's like,
Yeah.
so like, Xbox is seeing the landscape and they go, people are tired of this. You know what? And that actually makes me really respect, because I've always been an Xbox hater in a way, but it makes me really respect them because they said from the very beginning, power to the players. Yeah. Remember that? Mm-hmm. They've been saying that logo for a long time, or that slogan for a long time, power to the players. True. And it sounds like exactly the motto they're still following now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so true, bro. It's so true. I wanted to point out, so Xbox, so there's 2 price points. There's the Xbox Game Pass Core, and then there's the Xbox Game Pass Standard. And the Core is $10, and the Standard is $15. And they pretty much like list like all you can get and whatnot. There's a bunch of others.
What's the 15
they pretty
give
much, you? What's up?
What's the 15
what's the thing? So the 15, if my correction, I'm just looking this up right now, buddy. So the 15 gives you like, online multiplayer and like their like games or I'm looking at this site, bro. I just want to make sure I get my facts right, dude.
No worries.
Cons, pros, there's a lot of information, PC Game Pass. So day 1 releases. So apparently it says no on day 1 releases on the standard, and then for PC,
so for $5 more, you're saying that I can get day 1 releases? That sounds insane.
No. It says no. It says no. And actually, there's another one. So
Ultimate.
There's a game. There's the
I'm looking
Ultimate,
at it.
which that is day 1. So that
$10
is day
extra.
1.
So $20 a month. It's day 1.
Yes,
bro. But I'm reading it right now. Hundreds of high quality games on console, PC, and cloud for one. If you're into that. New games on day 1. Online console multiplayer. Member deals, discounts, perks, and in-game benefits for free to play games. An EA Play membership.
Yep.
I don't even do that, but that's cool to just have that if I want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's also Xbox Game Pass PC, which you can play all like the PC titles and whatnot too, which is crazy.
If you want to do both, you just get the Ultimate for $20 a month. $20 a month?
Yeah.
That's how much Audible costs on Amazon.
Yeah.
For some audiobooks.
Yeah. By the way, David, are you looking at the CNET forum and stuff? Or the CNT webpage? I'm looking at that's where I'm getting my information.
No, I'm
right
literally
now.
it's just on Xbox Game Pass where you actually hit subscribe. And,
that's funny.
And it says I hit both. Like it says, where do you primarily play games? I hit both PC and console. It says, okay, cool. You can only if you want to do both, you can only get the Ultimate, which is $20 a month or $19.99 a month, and it comes with hundreds of what I just named off. And there's a terms thing. Let's see what it says. It says the terms are, we do good business by this. I'm just playing, by the way. But like that is, I'm like, yo, that's insane, bro. $20 a month? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's great. That's a killer deal. If only PlayStation
Let's look
could
at PlayStations real quick. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah. If only PlayStation could do a deal like that, But we don't have it, guys. We don't have it.
We should know this. It's just like you have three. You have let's pull it up. You have join PlayStation Plus. You have Essential, Extra, and Premium, right? You have Essential is monthly games, online multiplayer, and exclusive discounts. So this is what PlayStation said we're gonna do. We're gonna just say monthly games. What does that mean?
See,
hell if I know. What does that mean? Monthly games?
Yeah, I think that's
No, I know what it means. I'm just saying it's like, but like what games? They're just like, oh, we're just gonna leave it to our discretion. Xbox though said day one releases. So any new, that's crazy. Okay, what's the extra tier get here? You get the game catalog and the Ubisoft Plus Classics. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah, but you still get a couple monthly games. You get the share play, you get online multiplayer, so you get a couple, but you don't know what monthly games you're gonna get. But you're gonna get the game catalog and Ubisoft Plus Classics. Yep. All right, so it sounds it sounds like Ubisoft and PlayStation are cut from the same cloth. All right, and then if you get the premium, you get what is game trials?
Game trials are like demos. They're basically demos, but they're like, I think they're longer demos. So like it's like a 15-day trial.
I'm canceling.
That's it. That's literally it. So that's what a game trials are, bro. That's what they are, dude.
I'm going to cancel right now. I'm not joking. You've heard it first in the podcast. I'm canceling my Plus membership because I'm getting scammed. I go to Xbox Game Plus. I have a PC. I play games on a YouTube channel. That's where I play most of my games is on this computer. It's like, okay, like, that's so bad. For the premium membership, the highest tier, which is, what's 160 divided by 12?
160 divided by 12. Let me get my calculator. 160 divided by 12. 160 divided by 12. It comes out to approximately $13.
Okay, so it's a little bit cheaper than Game Pass by like $7. But for $15 a month at Game Pass, you still get more.
Yeah, you get way more.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, bro, like you get game trials at 13. What? Okay, okay, PlayStation, easy solution then. Easy solution. Just give me one more tier. Just give me one more tier. Go to 20, go to 25, max. I'm not paying 30. I don't want to pay 25. Go to 20, match Game Pass, be competitive. Go to 20, give me day one releases. And if you don't do it, I hope Xbox makes you do it. Nigga. That's what I hope.
Bro, I hope Xbox puts
their foot in y'all's neck, because I love when competitors get in the market and they make you compete. And look, as long as it doesn't affect The Last of Us cost, that's all I care about. If Last of Us 3 comes out, or the Heretic Prophet Intergalactic game, if that comes out and you guys are like, don't affect those games. Like, wait until after those are released so I can, whatever. Unless they come out day one, then I'll get it. But that's the ones I care about.
Seriously. Yeah.
Or God of War. Honestly, I know this episode I've been kind of going crazy, and I'm sorry if you guys want to replace me with AI, I'm open to it. But the thing is,
damn.
The thing is, like, I almost lost my train of thought. But PlayStation knows what they can do because they make good games, dude.
They do.
Their games are
straight up
fire, bro.
They are. Death Stranding 2 right now, buddy.
Death Stranding 2, bro. Anything Naughty Dog makes is exclusive. Santa Monica's got an exclusive deal with them now. Freaking
Insomniac.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Insomniac has an exclusive deal. Gorilla, who makes Horizon.
Yeah.
Yes, Horizon. They have an exclusive deal with them, and they're making. These are Game of the Year winners, bro. I think all the ones I named, except for Insomniac, are Game of the. Wait, Spider-Man got Game of the Year, didn't it?
Yeah. It got nominated.
All those got Game of the Year. And look, the awards, whatever. No, usually Game of the Year games are usually deserved. That's one of the few award shows that like actually has some credibility. And those five developers and studios right there I just named all had Game of the Years, all PlayStation exclusives. There's probably more I'm not thinking about. So look, PlayStation, they know their footing, and maybe I'm the idiot. Maybe I'm the idiot for claiming that, but they know their footing. They're making nothing but heaters. But here's the thing. You know who else made nothing but heaters? I'll give you a second to guess.
Nintendo?
Marvel. They used to make nothing but heaters. People would buy tickets month in advance. What happened to Marvel?
Yeah.
People are now catching it on Disney Plus. Now it's like I might catch it on Disney Plus. So like these great ideas can only get you so far because ideas are hard to come by. Like good ideas are hard to come by in the gaming world. Like you have to consistently do it, and maybe PlayStation just has enough sauce. But eventually, the tides change. And I don't know about y'all. I'm cooking this episode. Quote it, post it, put it online.
Dude.
But they don't like it. Eventually, the sauce flips, and eventually, people go, I'm going to check out DC Studios. I'm going to check out what James Gunn is doing over with Superman. I'm going to check out what you see what I'm saying? And now, eventually, we're going to, right now, I'm a PlayStation diehard, and I'm about to go see about what Indiana Jones is talking about. I'm ready to go check out some Xbox games because I can spend 20, I got bills to pay. I'm about to spend $20 and go game my heart out on Xbox Game Pass. Bye. Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah. That's coming out, bro. Ghost of
They're
Toya?
too good, bro. They're too good, bro. Look, right now, the sauce is still on their side. Let's just be honest. The sauce is still over on PlayStation side. They're making heaters. And as long as they do it, they take my wallet. Like, as long as you can do that. But if you can't do it no more, I'm switching. And then at that point, you better switch over. Anyways, y'all heard me rant
Dave,
enough. Y'all heard me rant enough.
Whenever you said hitters, I thought you were saying heaters. I literally thought you were saying heaters or something like that. Whenever you said hitters.
Why? Is it my black accent?
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Earlier, what'd you say earlier? That was. You've been on a racist track recently, bro. So I don't know.
I have not.
I'm joking,
bro.
Look, guys, I'm walling this episode. Chris, please interrupt me. Please take over.
Bro.
There's something new coming out you've been wanting to play, man. As we end the episode, we went over. This is a long one, but feel free to go talk about this game, talk about what you think about it, and what you're excited about. Let's get into it, bro. What is it again?
So, funny enough, Still Wakes the Deep was the horror game that I recently mentioned in one of our last episodes. It's a game that's been out for a while. I was just late to the party discovering it. Absolutely loved it. Can't say enough good things about it. And then out of nowhere, they suddenly released a DLC for it called Siren's Rest. Completely shocked. Was not expecting that. I figured Still Wakes the Deep was one and done. And then the studio, the Chinese room, is moving on to the next game. So that was a really cool surprise. This one takes place 11 years later, after the main events of the games, and follows Mari, a saturation diver, as she explores the wreckage of the oil rig from the first game. Apparently, this one's much more explorative as you're, going deep below the ocean to try to piece together what happened. My dog's drinking his water really loud. That's what that is.
You're good, dude. You're good.
Because the first game you were on the oil rig the whole time, so this one you're going below the depths and kind of piecing together. I don't want to spoil the story for people who haven't played, but obviously there's like some connections to the first game and developing on that more. I haven't played it yet. I'm really excited for it though. That was a really pleasant surprise. It looks amazing from what I've seen. I'm glad that they are exploring that story and that world more. I feel like if they had the idea and like the passion to continue it, I'm looking very forward to it to see what else they can do with it. And it was such a unique, like, existential, extraterrestrial, the thing on an oil rig, crazy character-driven story. Exploring the psychology of our main character, so I'm curious how they develop that with this DLC, because obviously playing as a different character for this one.
Cool.
But yeah, just a quick shout out to them. I'm really happy to see that they, at least as far as I knew, I didn't see this coming. It was like kind of a shock trailer I saw on YouTube. Was not expecting it, so really happy to see it. Happy to see them still working with it. I hope it does well. And yeah, I'll be surprised if this means they'll continue with it too.
What are the chances?
Would you
what are the
say-
chances we get a review for that, bro?
Yeah, dude.
I got you. Next episode, I got you.
Okay,
All right,
say less.
dude. Heck
Say
yeah,
less.
dude. Heck yeah, bro. Dude, heck yeah. When
Sorry.
did you say the first? You're good, buddy. Oh wait.
By the way, if you guys don't know, our boy Chris is actually kind of under the weather right now. So shout out to
I'm
him
sorry,
for coming
I've
on this
been-
episode.
I'm sorry, I've been coughing and snarfing.
All good, bro.
this
All good.
episode.
Of course. We hope
you're
you feel
good.
better.
You're
Yeah,
good,
next
buddy.
episode.
Yeah, dude.
Next
But,
episode, I got you.
No, you're good.
As I'm, like,
I wanted to ask, but when did you say like the first game felt like one and done, and that was like the reason why it was such a big surprise, or just something else and whatnot? Like, out of curiosity, I haven't played the game at all. I really want to, because you've been talking about it so much, but I'm just curious about your thoughts on it and whatnot. Not to get spoilery or anything like that. So
I mean, the story felt like full circle. Like, I felt
Okay.
like they covered everything. So I wasn't, it felt very story driven. So I wasn't expecting them to be like, well, we got to make a sequel because this one got,
Right.
popular. But so I think that's what was surprising me about it, is that they did decide to, explore this world again, connect it to the first story, but also do something a little different with it also.
okay.
But yeah, it was just a nice pleasant surprise. I'm glad to see it's back.
Hey, isn't it cool though that if the Xbox thing comes out, you can play that game on the go?
Yeah, you can't. Dave,
That's
tying
the-
it in, bro. Tying it in. I
Isn't
love
that cool, dude? But PlayStation, you can't.
Yeah. PlayStation,
true.
you can't. You can't. Sorry.
No.
But you know what? You know what PlayStation does have? They got the first two or the first three Resident Evil games right now. So yeah, that's it. That's it.
I don't know if you guys feel like going to play Pong, you can go spend $200 a month on it if you want. They got Pong ready to go on the PlayStation game catalog ready to go. It costs $200 a month if you want to go play it. Also, I heard that they got a couple pinball game machines you can play on there as well if you're willing to play that. But that's just me. Maybe that's overpriced, but it's up to y'all.
Yeah. Straight up. It's like
And
that.
just
It's like
for this
that.
month, and then it'll be gone.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
And it's
You
gone.
don't own
Bro,
anything.
speaking about that 3 months or no, sorry, shit. Speaking about like that 3 games a month thing that they have, which I meant to comment, but there was like a straight 5 months where they only had one title of Farming Simulator, from like Farming Simulator 2014, Farming Simulator 2015, like back to back to back. And I'm like, bro, who are playing these games? Who are actually
Yeah.
playing
Simulator?
these games?
That's
Farming
annoying,
Simulator.
man. Having just Farming Simulator. That's so annoying. Like I said, I go in there sometimes and it's like it'll be some game called Tiki Tiki Boom Boom or something. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I don't play this
What-
stuff. It's
Bro,
I'm
some
not
flash
trying to be
game.
funny. Yeah, I'm not trying to
Yeah.
be funny. It'll literally just be like there's a game called I think it's like Mover. Have you seen that game? It's kind of like what's that game where you like cook food? And
I know what you're talking about. Me and Morgan actually played
yes,
that,
that's a good
honestly.
game. It's like that, but for moving houses. So you have to move furniture in and out of houses. It was actually I played it with my cousin, who, by the way, I know he was sending you guys invites to Splitgate.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Because what are the chances that I asked you guys to play Splitgate? And so, we'll end the episode with this. A funny story. Once a week, every summer, my little cousin, he's 13, he comes and he spends the night for like a week or so, sometimes longer. And I just kind of give him, he loves coming here because I give him full access while I work to everything that I have. PlayStation, Nintendo, and pretty much that. He just loves to play games, so he indulges. And this time, in the last episode, if you guys watched it, we talked about playing Splitgate together, and I was like, we gotta play it. And I was like, I'm gonna use my cousin as a test dummy on this game. So I was like, yo, play this game. I heard it was fun. And he's like, oh, this game's awesome. So I started playing it. But apparently Chandler and Chris got a invite from thinking it was me, and they were texting me talking about some. I'm out having fun with family who were in town, and they're like, yo, sorry, I didn't get the, I saw the invite. I'm playing Helldivers. Or Chandler was like, sorry, I saw the invite, but I'm actually running a marathon to get to Switch 2. And I was like, I can't no, but I ended up being like, what? And then I realized he invited probably everyone on. So there's probably friends from like 10 years ago who got an invite, and they're like, what does David invite me to play? Go get a life, bro. Why do you invite me to switch to play Splitgate?
And I
10
hate to
years
tell you,
later?
by the way, I hate to tell you, he sent it like 4 times, by the way, too.
He did. He sent it so many times, bro. David, I think it'd be funny if like your cousin sent like a friend request with somebody that you knew like 15 years ago and whatnot, and he calls you and was like, David, I didn't realize you liked me. I didn't realize you liked me still, David.
Know. That sucks because I have homies on there like, yo, you're annoying, bro. They people who know me probably knew that. They probably knew that wasn't me. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, another great episode. This one's so funny. Chandler, I'm so glad you're having fun with the Switch too, bro. As soon as I come to your house, I promise I won't steal it. And I can't wait to see and hear the review of Still Wakes the Deep and your final review of Death Stranding 2. And I promise I'm going to do more Let's Plays on the channel. I just been so busy with life. It's been busy. Work's been busy, which is good because God is good and I've been able to do that. But I got a couple games I want to play. I want to play Karen on here. I want to play freaking Reflection. I got tons of games that are coming out I want to play. There's a new Tales Beyond the Tomb, and you guys know that's scary. That series scares the crap out of me, and there's a new one that looks really good, and I can't wait to play it. That's next on the list, and I'm behind, but I will get to it. Anyways, guys, until next time, peace.
Yeah.